Handle applies for Instagram and X, formerly known as Twitter, and TikTok as well. You can also visit our website www.wellsradio893.com for the very best of awesome content. Or if you happen to be outside of your state, you're really far from your state or even far from Nigeria, and you still want to listen to wholesome content only, be sure to visit our website and you can listen to us via our website. Like Adedamola mentioned as well, Benga is not around. We have sent him on a very important errand. So same goes for Chukwuemeka Munachi. So as a matter of fact, Chukwuemeka and Bolanle Oduekun Ayola have gone, left very early today to get on-site information, accurate information on the situation of things in and around Ibadan, which we'll be bringing to you shortly. So be sure to stay tuned. Alice is also here. Hello, Alice. Good afternoon.
Hello, Anu. Na gode, Anu. Barka da zuwa shirinmu na yau masu sauraro. Ina fata muna fata kuna nan lafiyan ku kalau. Yau a shirinmu na yau da muke kira platform muna so mu kawo muku shiri mai lafiya. Kun san cewa da Wells Radio za ta kawo muku shiri masu lafiya, tatsuniya, labaru da abubuwa da ke faruwa na yanzu. So abinda muna so mu kawo muku a yau shirinmu kenan. Kuna jina ko daga ina ne, ko daga nan Oluyole ne, ko daga can Sabo ne, ko daga Akpata, duk inda kake ji, ko daga Bodija ne ma, duk inda kana jin mu daga Wells Radio 89.3 FM ne. Muna nan a Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. So ku ci gaba da jin Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Yau muna so mu magana kan abubuwan da sun faru jiya. Muna nan muna zama muka ji cewa akwai abin da ya faru a nan Ibadan, Oyo State. So abin gaskiya dan rikita ma mutane zuciya da hankali, so muna so mu dan mi ƙananan maganganu a kai. In kana da ƙarin bayani ko kana da wani abu da zaka faɗa da kana ga zai taimake mu a wannan kasan da yanayin da abubuwa ke faruwa, sai ka kira wannan layin a 09153334893. Ka kira wannan layin a 09154999893 ko wacce ka gwada kira za mu ansa. To ga dan wanmu
káre jàre ẹ jẹ́jẹ́ ń kí ọ lédè tí àǹtí à ń gbà náà pé ìnáwó ni.
Láfíà kálá.
Àwa náà ló bí ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ní òkè ọ̀yà díẹ̀, a ti gbádùn bẹ́ẹ̀ alihamudulilayi. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti pe ẹ̀rọ ìbáraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ ojú òpó tó wọlé sínú kolo yìí, torí pé tó bá yá ẹ mọ̀ láǹfààní láti dá sí àwọn nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe àgbéyẹ̀wò lọ́sàn-án tòní, ṣùgbọ́n fún àtẹnumọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣe ìkéde nọ́mbà ọ̀hún lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. Ẹ mú báyìí ròyìn kẹ́ ẹ kọ́lẹ̀ tàbí kẹ́ ẹ sèvù ẹ̀ sórí fóònù yín pé West Radio, kò sí nǹkan méjì ẹ̀ kan West Radio ni ẹ fi sèvù ẹ̀ 0915-333-4893 893 ó yẹ kó ti yé yín pé inú ilé tẹ́ ẹ já sí gangan ọ̀nà ẹ̀yàn 89.3 09153334893 ọ̀nà ìkànnì tẹ̀ já sí Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Ìkànnì kọ̀ǹga agbọ́mọ̀gbẹ́ tó kún fún omi ọgbọ́n, ìmọ̀, òye pẹ̀lú làákàyè. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wọn fi kún, gẹ́gẹ́ bí Gbẹ̀ngà sì ṣe máa ń sọ pé gbogbo ohun tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń fẹ́ pátápátá ojú kan òun ló wà. Ká má bọ́ òpó lọlé olóró torí pé adébíṣẹ́ mọ̀ ṣe àgbà ọ̀lẹ oníyàn pé onítọ̀hún. Níbo là ń lọ lọ́sàn-án tòní? Ẹ jẹ́ kí n kọ́kọ́ kí àwọn èèyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àbí kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà pé àsìkò ọ̀rọ̀ ìlú lánàá, kí n kí àwọn ọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pé a kú ọ̀rọ̀ ìlú náà bákan náà, kí n wá kí Ìbàdàn torí wípé lánàá a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run torí nínú ohun gbogbo ló yẹ ká máa dúpẹ́. Téyí ò bá ṣe kí la mọ̀ tí ì bá ṣe. A kí Ìbàdàn, a kí látòrí kábíyèsí Olúbàdàn tilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ kíkí náà pé a kú ọ̀rọ̀ ìlú lánàá, lágbára lọ́wọ́ Elédùà irú ẹ̀ ò ní ṣẹ́kù sẹ́yìn, àní rírú ẹ̀ mọ́, torí wípé ó rí bákan lára gbogbo èèyàn. bákan náà a gbọ́dọ̀ mọ́ ṣàìkí ọlọ́lá jùlọ gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Ṣèyí Mákindé. Wọ́n ṣe gudugudu méje yàyà mẹ́fà. Wọ́n ṣe gudugudu méje yàyà mẹ́fà torí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀hún kódà àwọn èèyàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pè ẹni tí ò bá gba ìpè lánàá látọ̀dọ̀ ará tàbí ọ̀rẹ́ tàbí ojúlùmọ̀ ó yẹ kí irú ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ kó yẹ ara rẹ̀ wò. Ó yẹ ara rẹ̀ wò pé ìwárí èèyàn kankan pè mí pé ṣé kìíní yóò dọ́dọ̀ yín o. Ó yẹ kí èèyàn rẹ̀ ara rẹ̀ wò. Ibẹ̀ ń wá kọ́ ni mò ń lọ gangan. A fẹ́ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yẹn gan a jọ fẹ́ bójú wò. Ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀hún a jọ bójú wò torí wípé gbogbo wa ò lè sùn ká kọrí síbì kan náà.
True.
A lè sùn ká kọrí ibì kan náà. Bí ó ṣe rí lọ́dọ̀ Táyé ojú nǹkan ni Kẹ́hìndé ni ó fi wò ó torí ẹ̀ náà ṣe sọ pé òní ò jọ tàná náà ò sì jọ tòní ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ọjọ́ gbogbo náà ò jọ tara wọn. Fúndìí èyí àwa náà ó jọ bẹ̀ wò bákan náà ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ jẹ́ ara àlé torí mo mọ̀ pé ṣàṣà níbi tí wọ́n ti gbọ́ èrò ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ kí nǹkan tó wá lè ṣẹlẹ̀ nírú ibi tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ọ̀hún káwọn ará ilẹ̀ jíjìnà gan máa pè pé ẹ dákun níbo ni nǹkan ti ṣẹlẹ̀ níbo ni nǹkan ti dún kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ nírú agbègbè tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ọ̀hún láyé Bódìjà àwọn tó ń bẹ lápáta àwọn tí ń bẹ ní Apẹtẹ àwọn tí ń bẹ ní Ọ̀jọ́ kálukú ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ pé àwọn gbọ́ nǹkan kan lórí kíní ìwárè ojú méjì la fẹ́ fi wò lọ́sàn-án tòní. Ojú àkọ́kọ́ á wo àwọn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó tẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ yọ. Tá a bá ṣe wá wo ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó tẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ yọ a máa wò lọ́tún a máa wò lósì torí pé bàbá a máa gbé ní ìfẹ̀gbẹ́kẹ̀gbẹ́ kó tó di pa wà débi tí à ń lọ gan nísàn. Bó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ìṣẹ́jú tá a ní ò tó nǹkan torí bá a ní a fi gbogbo òní sọ ọ̀rọ̀ ó tó bẹ̀ ó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ torí pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ti la ẹ̀mí lọ tó ti la bi tí èèyàn ń gbé lọ kì í sọ̀rọ̀ kékeré fa. Wọ́n sì ní tí èèyàn bá tiẹ̀ ti kọ́kọ́ ríbi forí pamọ́ sí ẹni tó ti nílé lẹ́lẹ̀ tó wá di ẹni tí ò nílé lórí mọ́ kí ni ká ti pè é. A wà wò lọ́tún a wò lósì àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ táwa ọmọnìyàn náà ń gbé tírú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣẹlẹ̀ òun là á bójú wò lọ́sàn-án tòní tá a sì máa mú lẹ́yọ̀kọ̀ kejì. Níbo wà ní ká ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ń tarí ẹ̀ lọ́sọ́dọ̀ Àánú Kọ́ládé. Kí n ṣe ní obìnrin ṣáájú obìnrin lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ náà.
Ladies first. Thank you so much. First off, like Adedamola said, we are thankful to God. The Bible says in all things give thanks because this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. So we are thankful to God for everything. We are very grateful to God, and our thoughts and our prayers are with those who were affected by the explosion that took place in Ibadan yesterday at about 7:44 p.m. In all honesty, of course, these aren't things that one would expect, right? They're not things that one would prepare for ordinarily. But then again, we the best way to approach this is from the place of, first of all, thanksgiving to God, to be honest. So yeah, like Adedamola also said, we are going to be talking about how to respond to situations like this. First off, I must confess that if there's anything I am sure of, it's that when things like this happen, it's difficult to be calm. However, taking actions from a place of panic could worsen, situations. So I would say that as much as possible, God helping us, when things like this happen, which we pray to God will never happen again. Amen. In Jesus' name, when there are emergencies or unexpected, unfortunate incidences like this, the first reaction to not carry out would be panic. I mean, if we were to go by the level of panic that took over the city yesterday, it was scary, to say the least. It was scary. So I would say that to start with, let's ensure when there's a loud sound or there's something unexpected that happens, please, as much as possible, ask the Spirit of God to help you to stay calm, because a lot of times from a place of panic, people have run in the wrong direction, and danger that would not have come to them. In fact, it didn't now end up being a case of the danger coming to them, because of panic, they happened to run into the danger. So as much as possible, calmly, assess the situation. Calm. Let's start from that. Let's start from trying to stay calm. And like I said before, I understand 150% how difficult it is to be calm in that kind of situation, especially as an adult. Imagine that you have children around you. If you panic, they will panic 10 times more. So I mentioned before that our correspondents are on the field. They're on site. They've been to quite a number of places this morning, trying to get accurate on-site updates on the situation. And in a little while, we'll be expecting a call from Bolanle Oduekun Ayola, to let us know what exactly is going on, where they are. From what I gather, they have been to the exact location of the explosion. In Bodija, they have also been to the University College Hospital. They've spoken to a few people. In a little while, we'll also, let you listen to the interview that Bolanle Oduekun had with the PRO of UCH. So, as much as possible, we want to keep you updated, keep you in the know, let you understand that by the grace of God, Konisila Buru, in Jesus' mighty name. And it is well with us, it is well with Ibadan, it is well with Oyo State, it is well with Nigeria. So, Alice, I'd have you, say all of that to our Hausa listeners, please.
Thank you, Anu. To enwa masu sauraro, muna fata kuna nan lafiya a duk inda kuke ji mu a wannan tasha din. Mun ji abin da ya faru jiya, shine Anu da dan uwanmu shi Berbi da ke mana magana suke gaya mana abin da ke faruwa. Jiya mutanen da suna Ibadan sun ji wani katon kara, an ji kara ko ina ya girgiza. To girgizan nan ashe akwai labari cewa wani wuri ya kama wuta, an samu wani blast haka. To ba mu samu cikakken labarin ba, amma Bolanle yanzu da shi Baba Chukwu Emeka sun fita sun je su dan yi neme-neme akan yanayin abubuwa mai ke faruwa a garin Ibadan a yanda muke. To abinda dai muna so mu karfafa mu yan uwa kenan shine cewa in mun ji irin labari haka, kada mu firgita, kada mu zama da tsoro, mu fara mu yi kokari mu rike kanmu kafin mu fara kiran yan uwa mu ji ko suna nan lafiya. Kada mu fara maganganu a social media. Ka san wasu in sun ji abu haka, kafin ka sani sun ɗauka labarin da bai kamata ba su je su sa shi a social media, daɗa rikita mutane. So kada mu spreading news inda ba mu san ainihin me ke faruwa ba, don kada ya rikitar da mutane. Garin rikicewa wani ma zai iya ya samu kanshi a cikin wahala. Kaga wani dama ma yana da dan wani rashin lafiya na ci ko yana da BP, ya ji irin wannan abun ya faru kafin. Okay, muna da kira. It's fine.
Hello.
Hello, Bolanle.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon,
well
Bolanle.
done.
Thank you. How's it
Yes,
going?
my name is Bolanle. Okay. So we've been out, myself and Chukwemeka. We've been out trying to ascertain the true facts of what happened yesterday. And so far so good. We've been able to gather that at about some minutes past 7, moving close to 8. There was an explosion at Bodija. Yes. And we went there. We went to the location, and it was sad. So many, what do we call it now? So many buildings. In fact, the roofs had caved in, for some houses. The houses were completely down, and we were able to speak to some of the people, the residents of the area. When Mr. Tabu Salami said that his house, his vehicles, everything burned. He went as far as saying that yesterday night we saw dead bodies on the street. Of course, we're not sure if that is an exaggeration or it's so that. But it last happened at the Dejo estate in Adeyi area in Old Bodija. Moving on, the Chief Press Secretary of Oyo State, Pastor Blaming, has said that an emergency situation room has been set by the Oyo State government at Dr. Alunge. They're still there at the moment that since information is brought, and immediately they come out of that, they definitely give feedback of their resolutions. But so far so good, the governor has spoken. I'm sure you guys have talked about that from our Instagram and Facebook. The governor's speech, which said that the situation was probably due to suspected illegal mining. Now, we're just coming from CH, where we spoke with CH PRO, that is Mrs. Kobe Adetibi, and she gave us statistics. She said that yesterday night, 12 people were brought in. 11 were brought in alive but injured, and 1 was brought in PID, brought in dead. She said so far so good. 5 people with minor injuries have been discharged. While there are still 6 people there. And when we asked if there were any major injuries, for those 6 people, she said that there was a woman who apparently had chest pains, and we have a surgical, we had an operation carried out on her in detail, right? And when we asked if they are minors, we also told that there was a 16-year-old boy, but who has also been discharged. And of course, the after effects of the explosion, these several cases we had not by dominoes at Bodija, and the infrastructure, had been tampered with, the glass broken, passed by the Bodija Central Mosque as well. There's already, the buildings have also been affected, as well as other houses in that area. And we also think that the sound and the shocks of the explosion was felt in so many things around the Ibadan, not just as far as the level around the Lioli as well. So, of course, there are so many speculations, to be honest. There's so many speculations as to what, caused it. Some people think that essay said that it's due to Malians who, stay in that area, miners, and probably have kept them. But I must emphasize the fact that investigations are still ongoing. So the exact cause of the explosion is unknown yet. So, do you guys have any questions for me?
Ṣé Gbẹ̀ngà Ọmọ́tọ̀ṣọ́ wà nítòsí tó lè jábọ̀ fún wa ní èdè tíátíá?
Hello?
Olale, can you hear us?
Okay, I said, do you have any questions? Do you have any clarifications for me?
Ǹjẹ́ Gbẹ̀ngà ṣó wà nítòsí? Ọmọ́tọ̀ṣọ́?
No, Gbẹ̀ngà Ọmọ́tọ̀ṣọ́ is not here. Okay. I'm here with Chukwuemeka Munachiso. Okay. You need me to translate in Yoruba?
Mo fẹ́ kó bá wa sọ níwọ̀nba fún ní èdè tíátíá.
Okay, so a lọ sí ibi tí explosion yẹn ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Sorry, I can't find the word for explosion in Yoruba.
It's okay.
A lọ sí ibi tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìjàmbá yẹn ti ṣẹlẹ̀ lálẹ́ àná ní Adeyi estate ní Bodija. And máa rí pé àwọn ilé kan ti wó, àwọn ilé kan gbogbo ibi glass ẹ̀ ti fọ́, àwọn mọ́tò ti bàjẹ́, ó ti jóná. Adébi tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ti ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan, a rí pé àwọn ọlọ́pàá, àwọn sójà, àwọn oríṣiríṣi security agencies, then a rí àwọn Red Cross náà tó wà ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe àti gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wà ń bẹ̀ tó sì lè
dóòlà wọn.
So bóyá àwọn èèyàn wà tó sì lè gbà. Then so ìgbà tó máa fi kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe àwọn èèyàn sì wà àwọn Red Cross, gbogbo àwọn emergency respondents wọ́n sì wà ń bẹ̀. Àmọ́ apá àwọn kan sọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ń gbé ládùúgbò yẹn, èèyàn bíi 2 sí 3 ló jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé àwọn náà àwọn kò gbọ́ ariwo ńlá kan ni táwọn dẹ̀ máa fi jáde làwọn rí pé gbogbo ilé ń gbọ̀n, gbogbo lẹ́lẹ̀ ń gbọ̀n, ilé àwọn kan dẹ̀ ti wó. So Chief Press Secretary of State currently wọ́n ní wọ́n ti ṣe emergency situation room, wọ́n ṣe meeting pàjáwìrì lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn and ẹni tó head the meeting yẹn ni Professor Temitope Alonge wọ́n dẹ̀ tí wá sọ pé ẹni tó bá ní any further information nígbà nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n lè pe Ọ̀yọ́ State toll free number ìyẹn 615.
Okay.
615. Then abá PRO UCH sọ̀rọ̀ ìyẹn Mrs. Funmi Adétúyìbí wọ́n dẹ̀ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé èèyàn 12 náà gbé wá ní alẹ́ àná àmọ́ lára àwọn 12 tó ń gbé wá yẹn èèyàn 11 ni wọ́n sì wà láàyè èèyàn ẹyọ kan tó kù gbà tó ń gbé wá ó ti gbẹ́mìí mì. Now nínú àwọn 11 yẹn tó wà láàyè tó ń gbé wọlé lánàá èèyàn 5 láàárọ̀ yìí wọ́n ti fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ kan máa lọ wọ́n ti tọ́jú wọn tí wọ́n ti fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ kan máa lọ. Now èèyàn 6 ló kù bẹ́ẹ̀ nínú àwọn èèyàn 6 yẹn èèyàn kan máa nídìí surgery iṣẹ́ abẹ so that wọ́n ló ní ó ní problem àyà tí wọ́n máa treat wọn. Then wọ́n ní àwọn ọmọ kékeré ọmọ 15 years old wà lára àwọn tó ń gbé wá. Wọ́n ní even ní UCH pé lára àwọn buildings àwọn wà affected nítorí irú nothing school wọn nothing hall wọn pé àwọn gbogbo glass ibẹ̀ ló fọ́ gbàtà bí wọ́n pé ṣé staff wọn kankan farapa wọ́n ní kò really sí pé kò really affect operations níbẹ̀ kò affect ìtọ́yẹ ṣiṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀ àmọ́ èèyàn kan ìkan náà àwọn staff wọn bí eré adé tó ti ń sáré tó ti ń sá nígbà tí gbogbo àwọn glass ẹ̀ ń fọ́ ló ti fẹsẹ̀ gun glass wọ́n ti tọ́jú ẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ ti padà máa ṣiṣẹ́.
Ní ìṣẹ́jú.
mo kàn fẹ́ rọ everybody tó ń gbọ́ ni pé ká má create unnecessary panic. Nǹkan tó ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn kì í ṣe ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó máa múnú anybody dùn àmọ́ ká let's refrain from giving theories that are not founded.
Bọ́lá.
Hello.
Bọ́lá o kó tó lọ ó ní èèyàn 12 náà gbé lọ sí ilé ìwòsàn ìtọ́jú UCH.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Nínú èèyàn 12 yìí ẹnìkan ti jáde láyé nínú wọn.
Ẹni yẹn tó ṣe gbé wọ títí ó ti jáde láyé
kan tó gbé dé tí mo fẹ́ fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ nù pé ṣé kan tó gbé dé ni àbí ìgbà tán gbé wọlé tán.
Ìyẹn ni official statement láti
ti ọ̀dọ̀ alukoro ti ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ṣèṣègùn ti UCH. Ṣé jẹ́ ń béèrè báyìí ṣé àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ onímọ̀ ṣègùn òyìnbó UCH ń bẹ lẹ́nu iṣẹ́?
Mi ò gbọ́ yín o.
Ṣé àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ olùtọ́jú yan àwọn dókítà ní UCH ń bẹ lẹ́nu iṣẹ́?
Gbogbo wọn wà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ò dúró ní UCH ṣẹ́bi understand iṣẹ́ ń lọ tó ṣe yẹ kó lọ débi wọ́n tọ́jú àwọn èèyàn akọjá nínú emergency ward wọn àìsí lóòótọ́ lọ tọ́jú àwọn tí ó fara pa nínú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yẹn but of course ẹmọ tó ṣe ń lọ a lè bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn family wọn ta rí ń bẹ̀ wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa pé àwọn gan kì í ṣe báwọn wà níbẹ̀ ní àwọn family wọn tó jókòó sí wọn wọ́n jẹ́ kó máa yé wa pé kì í ṣe báwọn wà níbẹ̀ nígbà tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ pé ìgbà táwọn pe nọ́mbà wọn títí ni wọ́n jẹ́ káwọn wá sọ pé UCH náà wà láwọn tí wàá bá wọn táwọn jókòó sí wọn láti wá tọ́jú wọn.
Bolanle, is Chukwuemeka available to report in Igbo, please?
What?
Is Chukwuemeka available to report in Igbo?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Is Chukwuemeka available to report in Igbo language?
Okay, Chukwuemeka is available to speak with you.
We would appreciate it. Thank you.
Anyị jere na Odija ebe nwere ihe mberede mere n'abalị ụnyaahụ. Anyị ruo ebe ahụ ọtụtụ ụlọ emebigo, ọtụtụ ụgbọala emebigo. Ndị bi ebe ahụ na-ekwu na ọ nwere ndị a na-atụ aka na-asị na ọ bụ fa bụ ife merụ ebe ahụ ji wee mekpa gburugburu n'abalị ụnyaahụ. Sị na ọ nwere ike ịwụ ndị Mali na ndị Senegal na-enyekwu ibe dị n'ime okwute. Wee sị na n'ọfanwa mere ibe ebe ahụ wee mma jijiji n'abalị ụnyaahụ. Ụlọ dara ada riri nne, moto gbara ọkụ iri ihe, ụlọ niile dị ebe ahụ emebisigo. Anyị wee si ebe ahụ wee jebe na ụlọ ọgwụ UCH maka na a sị na ọ nwere ndị merụrụ arụ ndị bụ eje na UCH. Anyị wee go na UCH nwaada Funmi.
Are you there, Chukwuemeka?
Chukwemeka. Hello. Oda.
They seem to have gone off.
já wò tí ẹ bá láǹfààní àti lè pè wá padà.
Yes.
Àbájáde àwọn nǹkan tí ó ń lọ àti tó ṣẹlẹ̀ táwọn oníròyìn iléeṣẹ́ Wellsradio 89.3 FM ìkànnì kànga agbọ́mọ̀gbẹ́ eléyìí tí wọ́n ń jábọ̀ fún wa nù lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ṣe àbẹ̀wò síbi tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ èèyàn ní Àdèyí close ní Bódìjà nílùú Ìbàdàn ti gbọ́ lédè Ìgbò gbọ́ lédè Yorùbá àti àǹtíà à ń gbọ́ lọ lédè Ìgbò ó ní ojú òpó yẹn dàbí nǹkan tí ààyè ẹ̀ bá yọ padà tí wọ́n láǹfààní àti pè wá ẹ̀ gbọ́ tán lédè Ìgbò kọ́mọ́dàbí àpá fárí apá kan adápá kan sí bá ní kí màmá mi bá ń sọ díẹ̀ lédè Haúsá fáwọn èèyàn wa tí ó jẹ́ ti àríwá.
To na gode. To yan uwa kun ji daga wurin Bola tana nan a inda abun da ya faru jiya shi wannan blast din da ya faru Bola tana reporting daga wurin mun ji abun da ya faru daga ita da Chukwemeka cewa su yanzu sun yi magana da mutane da ke wurin har Bola ma ta iya ta yi magana da wani baba ana kiran shi baba Salami. So ya ce shi yanzu yayin da yake bai da gida don gidan shi da abin ya zo ya faru da tashin wuta din ya faru gaba daya gidan shi yana kasa. So yanzu baya da gida da gidaje da yawa ma haka yanzu mutane sun zama basa da gidajen zama. A hakan kuma ta ce sun je asibiti UCH sun je teaching hospital sun je sun samu cewa akwai wanda suna kan treatment sai kuma akwai wanda har an discharging ɗinsu an discharging mutane 5. So akwai wata kuma da nata sai an yi mata aiki don abin gaskiya ya dan shiga jikinta sosai. So mutane mu Allah zai ta kiyaye mu kan gaskiya shine wannan babban magana Allah zai kiyaye mu ma mu kiyaye jiya abinda ma muke faɗa kenan muke magana a studio yau da su mun ce ya kamata kowa ya san wane ne yake zama da shi wane ne nebonka wani aiki yake yi me yake yi in mun iya mun san abubuwan nan za mu iya kiyayya kaga da wani ko da wata ta san cewa akwai mutane masu irin wannan abun ainihin abun da ya faru shine akwai mutane da suna yin aikin da bai kamata su yi ba su ɗauka permission ba su ɗauka ba su je wurin gwamnati ba sun gaya musu cewa suna so su yi aiki sun yi shi a ɓoye ne suna neman yadda za su na neman ko suna neman mai ne ko suna neman me ake kira suna neman ba zai wuce ko abu mai tsada dai da ake cire a ƙasa ba zai wuce ma ko gold ko wani abu to aikin da suna yi a ɓoye kenan to sun aje irin su abubuwa da za su yi tone-tonen su nan kuma mun san abubuwa akwai su abubuwan fasa dutse abun da zai fasa dutse aika imagine abun da zai ma mutum in ya zo ya kama wuta to abun da sun je sun ajiya kenan a cikin mutane shine rana ɗaya jiya kenan ya zama rana ɗayan shine ya tashi ga baki ɗaya to shine ya zama sanadin da mutane yanzu sun rasa gidajensu sun rasa rayuwansu to Allah taimake mu a wannan zamanin da yanayin da muke ciki.
Thank you so much.
Ṣeun tó bá yá bóyá ṣe àyè lẹ̀ ẹ máa kọ Haúsá nìkan ní Wellsradio a máa mọ díẹ̀. Àánú Kọ́ládé jẹ́ àwò báyìí n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yà lóòótọ́ èèyàn kì í rí èèyàn ò lè sọ pé nǹkan báyìí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n kó tó di pa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àwọn preventive measures ẹja kọ́kọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ bá ṣẹlẹ̀ àwa èèyàn tí nǹkan ò ṣojú wa àbí nǹkan ṣojú wa ọ̀tọ̀ nǹkan méjì ni ẹ ọ̀tọ̀ ni pé ó ṣojú mi ọ̀tọ̀ ni pé kò ṣojú mi.
Absolutely.
àti máa ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ rẹ̀ pé bóyá a fẹ́ pè yàn ni o àbẹ́ fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ fún yàn pé nǹkan báyìí ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n ní báyìí wọ́n ní ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ òkèrè Yorùbá bọ̀ wọ́n ní tí ò bá lè kan wọ́n ní yóò dín.
True.
jáwá wò bó làwa èèyàn ṣé kí n sọ pé àwa ọ̀dọ́ ni àbí gbogbo wa pátá lọ̀rọ̀ yìí bá wí.
It's everyone, Adidamola.
jẹ́ àmúbáwọn láti bẹ̀rù.
It's everyone. So when things happen, there's some sort of people feel some sort of obligation to be the first to announce things. And so because of that,
pẹ̀lú mi ni wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ gbọ́.
Exactly.
tí ì bá ní ṣàṣìṣe bóyá ká pè ní àrùn kan eléyìí tó wà lára kó wá. Àwọn èèyàn ṣe oníròyìn àmọ́ fẹ́ máa gbaṣẹ́ oníròyìn ṣe.
You know, so I mean, and people are quick to flip up their cameras, you know, and then it's so unfortunate that incidences like this will have some people dig out old videos.
Yes.
You know, people will dig out old videos of whatever incidents in the past. They dig it out and then begin to caption it as though it is the present situation. And then before you know it, it has escalated. There's panic everywhere, and there's people are running helter-skelter. It is very unfair. All of this just to get impressions on social media. It is very unfair. You know, I mean, if you have seen something, if you are an eyewitness, of course, you are right there when it happened.
Yes.
Send the information to the appropriate agencies first, and then you can now put up, you can tell people that are concerned, know how to word your statements, know how to communicate your concerns and stuff. There are times when something happens and it's not even something serious, right? But the way it's communicated can give the impression that it's something very, very serious and dangerous. And so people who are not supposed to be afraid or panicking will begin to panic. Let us even now take something as serious as this, as an instance. If you're an eyewitness, to something like this, please and please, as much as possible, reach out to the appropriate agencies first. Reach out to them first so that help is, you're sure that help is coming. Yeah. We can't just stand there and be shouting, yeah, Egba, and stuff. That doesn't help anybody. So I mean, like I said before, I started off by saying sometimes it's difficult to not panic. And so from a state of panic, people do a lot of things. However, I mean, we have to come to that state of mind where, okay, fine, it has happened. Now, how do I ensure I do not make it worse? The more painful part, another part I find extremely painful, and let me add, a little bit annoying, is that there's this attitude nowadays, amongst us, I would say the younger generation, amongst us, where we make jokes out of serious situations. I find it highly appalling.
Jokes, cruise.
They call it cruise. Memes. Yes, memes. They make memes out of these things. They catch cruise with it. They chase clout with it. You don't do that. It is insensitive, it is unfair, it is rude. Imagine that somebody who was directly affected cites that joke. I don't know how you would say that's a harmless act.
Sorry, jẹ́ kí n sáré gbà lẹ́nu ẹ̀ àná.
Yes, please.
Àná mo rí lálẹ́ àná yẹn kí n tó lè sùn lọ bí aago kan. Torí pé bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní eré lura wọn. Ó sì ká mi lára pé ó ṣe mí bíi kí n lè débẹ̀ pé níbo làwọn èèyàn ti ń rí gbogbo tí wọ́n fi ránṣẹ́ ṣé ẹlòmíì ó ya abìkan tí iná ti ń jó.
That's an old video.
Tí iná ti ń jó mo ní ṣé ní.
I saw a lot of old videos yesterday.
It's not fair.
I was shaking on my bed.
Nígbà tí mo wá rí àkọlé kan tẹ́nìkan kọ ó ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ bíi pé ẹnìkan ń fa àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ máa ń mu ó wá kò mú tán. Ó wá ju àmúkù rẹ̀ ó jùlẹ̀ síbi tí wọ́n ti ń ta afẹ́fẹ́ gáàsì tí afẹ́fẹ́ gáàsì ti ń líìkì.
Can you imagine that?
Nígbà mo rí i tó kọ́.
What kind of rumor is that? Were you there?
Mo kọ́ nígbà tí mo rí mo ní irú ẹni tó kọ kíní yìí lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára ó yẹ kán wá rí kí wọ́n mú kán fi jófin.
And you know how these things are good. Bad news fly fast.
Yes. Yesterday I received a room. I also had a rumor that there's this mall that was shut down, that it came down completely. And apparently I know someone who has a close relationship with the owner. So I could only imagine if the owner gets to hear that kind of news that he's
building into for
please can we not join the rumor mongers? As a matter of fact, I'm getting from Bolanle now that some citizens are around the site and everything, and she's encouraging that they mind safety measures. She says the occurrence seems to be a party for pickpockets. that so many people have lost their phones.
While
going there to look at what's going on, to get information and stuff, a lot of people have lost their phones.
Jẹ́ kí n ṣàkàwé irú ìwà pé a rí nǹkan àbí nǹkan ṣojú wa. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ olóyè Yomi Davis. Irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ a lè ṣàkàwé ẹ̀ bí ṣe kárí mi. Ọmọ pé kan pe ṣe kárí àbí ká pe eye service. Pé mo wà accurate, mo wà timeliness. Yes, timeliness wà nù iṣẹ́, but kọ́ṣẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀, kọ́ṣẹ́ ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́, kọ́ṣẹ́ ìròyìn. Yes, nínú iṣẹ́ àwa oníròyìn timeliness ṣe kókó. Ṣùgbọ́n bá a bá ń ṣe timeliness náà a gbọ́dọ̀ wà conscious nǹkan tá a fẹ́ fi síta. So irú àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe timeliness ọ̀ràn yìí ṣe kárí mi ni. Eléyìí tó sì jẹ́ wípé kì í ro ewu tó lè padà wá ṣe tó lè dálẹ̀ fáwọn èèyàn.
It is very dangerous.
Àwọn iléeṣẹ́ agbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ míì àwọn míì á kọjá lọ sórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára àwọn tí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n mú mọ́ torí kérò ó lè pọ̀ lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára tiwọn.
That's not fair.
Kórí pé kérò ó lè pọ̀ kí wọ́n lè mọ̀ pé àwọn ni wọ́n kọ́kọ́ débẹ̀ kí la fẹ́ fi ṣe. Ó dà nígbà tá ẹ bá gbèrò yẹn kan tó wá jẹ́ pé nígbà tá ẹ gbé tán èèyàn àwọn 4-5 mi bóyá èèyàn ẹnìkankan kò tí ì jọlọ nípè ṣùgbọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe gbé èèyàn 4-5 mi tó ní BP inú ilé.
Let me say at this point that this is one of the reasons Wellsradio is known for integrity. We would only say the truth, nothing but the truth.
If we
say it, actually, if we say it, then it is what it is. Okay, I mean, as we are preachers of hope, solution, and all things good. However, when there's a piece of information coming to you from Wellsradio 89.3 FM, you can take it to the bank. There won't be any, patchy or addition or whatever. Just to no. We will not do that. Integrity is one of our core values, and we stand by it till the very last letter. Alice, please tell all of this to our Hausa listeners.
To ‘yan uwa masu sauraro muna kan magana a yanayin da abubuwa suka faru a nan Ibadan, abin da yi ba daɗin ji, amma mun gode wa Allah don a hakan ya tsare mu da yawa da sun rasa rayuwansu. Amma a yanda muka ji yanzu mun ji cewa mutane 5 ma da sun je asibiti, mutane da sun je asibiti an sallami mutane 5, so mutum 1 ne dai har yanzu tana nan. Ba za a rasa wayanda ma suna nan har yanzu da ba mu san da nambobinsu ba, amma wayanda mun sani kenan. Abun gaskiya ya affecting mutane da gidajensu, wayansu yanzu ba sa da wurin zama, sun zama yanzu ba sa da wurin zama ga yadda garin yake. Kuma ba za mu manta ba gaskiya mu gode wa shi gabananmu ya yi kokari, don jiya abun nan ya faru jiya a karfe 7:40 da wata abu. To a yau da safe kafin ma mu tashi mun ji labari cewa ga abin da ya faru, ya tono asalin abin da ya faru da har ya kawo wannan damuwa din. Mun gode. To yanzu mun bar aikin yana kan masu ake kiransu su security agencies, su ne yanzu za su ci gaba da dube-dube. Kun tuna jiya mun yi magana akan yanayin da za mu san waye ne makwabtanmu, wane ne muke zama da shi, wani aiki ne suna yi. Ba gulma ba ne, don mu iya mu san yadda za mu tsare kanmu. In mun tsare kanmu ma mun tsare mutane ne gabaki daya. Kaga da wani yanzu ya san cewa akwai abu haka, kaga ba yanda ba zai gaya ma wani cewa ana wani abu marasa kyau a nan ba, da mun tsare junanmu. Amma abu zai faru ne, ya riga ya faru. Allah tsare na gaba shine babban abu.
I mentioned earlier that we have the interview between Bolanle Oduekun and
the alukoro fún ilé ìkànṣẹ́gun ti UCH. Ẹ jẹ́ a gbọ́ ohun tí wọ́n bá a sọ. Ẹ jẹ́ a gbọ́ ohun tí wọ́n bá wa sọ.
Explosion and there have been different versions of this same news, traveling all over the place. And most of that it was also mentioned in the news that most of the victims some of them were brought to UCH. Can you please tell us about the explosion and what part the UCH has been playing to see the victims?
Okay. First and foremost, thank you very much. I think this incident happened around 2:08 yesterday, and the victims that was brought down to the West College Hospital, the emergency, department precisely was they were all in number 12, 11 patients, then one was BID, brought in dead already. And that patient already in the mortuary. So 11 patients was brought in, and early this morning, 5 of them have been discharged home. So we have 6 of them presently now on admission.
Okay. So what's the extent of the injuries?
Well, to some, no. We had some had just few lacerations in the body, but we have one that has some chest pain. I think one of them probably might go on surgical procedure. Also, we have 2 or 3 with fracture on the leg, which hopefully to the orthopedic surgeons are also attending to her already. Then there's a particular woman, probably I think the house is just opposite where the incident occurred. She has a lot of laceration on like most part of her face. And apart from that, she also has a fracture on the hand. So a lot of suturing has been done on her. So a lot of x-rays has been done also. So we have some still on trauma pain as we're still speaking.
Okay, were there any minors?
Yeah, no. The only one probably is just a 15-year-old boy. And just a few minutes ago, I was told that he has been discharged.
Okay. So
it was also in the news that maybe some of them are on life support. Is it true?
No, there's nobody on life support. No.
Okay. So the state government also put out a video from the governor saying that all the medical bills, of those people will be paid by the state government.
Yes, I think I also heard it also. But the truth of the matter is, we've not sent any bill to the state government yet.
Okay.
You understand? We've not sent any bill because they're still undergoing treatment. A lot of investigations are still going on.
Okay, so,
So definitely with time, once we're done, we'll send the bill.
Okay, so what I'm trying to, the fact I'm trying to get is that, so those people who are here, there's been no reason to ask them, go and buy saline, go and buy cotton wool or anything.
No, when they all came in, definitely, we don't, once we have an emergency case, we don't ask. None of them had their relations with them as at that time. So, and at that time where the medical personnel were informed that an explosion had happened, even though the hospital also felt it, because presently the management is going on a tour because most of our buildings have been affected a lot. Over 16 buildings have been affected.
What's the extent of the...
Yeah, so that, even up to now, we are still on the tour. I just came to grant this interview.
Okay.
Like now, for the School of Nursing, most of all the student nurses ran out yesterday. Their glasses, the windows, the ceilings, the roofs. So it's really damaged, and we are still on the tour presently. And areas affected, part of it was our clinics, the surgical outpatient clinic, the children outpatient clinic, the MOP clinic was also affected. We also have the molecular lab was also affected. We also have the School of Health, Health Management, yes, also affected. We also have the Ogulesi Hall affected, the bulk store affected. Offices were affected yesterday.
That means that UCH operations are being affected presently?
No. Because whatever damage that happened has not affected the runnings of the hospital. Everybody is on. Even no staff was critically injured. We just had few ones. One of them probably was in the MOX when it happened. The hospital MOX glass and the window blades also fell off and got broken into pieces. So in the process of running, actually stepped on one of the glasses and is back at work today. So the hospital is running its services fully. All clinics are active. The emergency is on 24 hours active. So everybody is fine. There's no cause for alarm. You understand? Even the medical museum was really affected, but the staffs are still there working. You understand? So when I say it's not all, for example, the medical museum, just part of it, the ceilings got ripped off. You understand? So the little part that is accessible for them to work with, they are working definitely.
But there was no building that collapsed?
No building collapsed, no.
Can you recollect if there any incident like this has happened in the past since You've been a staff with you?
Okay, well, I've been in UCH since 2009, and this is the first time. This is the first time we're experiencing this. You understand? Even those that emergency, I think the building also shook for a particular period of time. So they had to move out. But aside that, everything is working perfectly. The medical personnel, the nurses, the doctors, and their fit. Even if you go there now, with the management of the hospital led by Professor J.C. Abiodun, you understand, management was around yesterday. You understand? And this morning, they've also done a hospital round to see the patients one-on-one and to ask after they are faring, how they're feeling. So most of them are still in the trauma in that, you understand? But this is just for a particular period. After some time, it will just wear off.
So that's why we've just lost.
That was BID, brought in dead.
Brought in dead from the scene of the incident.
Okay, so
Yes.
and your emergency doctor still on ground because it's, we're coming from the site and we learned that there's still excavations going on.
There's still what?
There's still excavation going on. They're still
Yes.
trying to rescue some people at the site.
Yes.
So
But as at now presently, nobody yet from the scene of the incident yesterday. So for now, we just have those patients. Yeah, at the emergency presently now. We have more females than male.
all right, thank you very much. Please, can you just identify yourself?
Okay, my name is Mrs. Obafumila. You are due to be the hospital PRO.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
No, it's fine.
And it sounds the big lord.
tó ẹ káàbọ̀ padà ìkànnì Wellsradio 89.3 FM ìkànnì kànga agbọ́nmọ̀gbẹ́ náà lè láǹfààní àti wá ọ̀rọ̀ látẹnu alukoro fún iléeṣẹ́ ìṣègùn òyìnbó ti UCH ọ̀nlẹ́gbọ́ tán gẹ́gẹ́ bí bá a ti ń gbọ́ lọ ó ní èèyàn wa Bọ́lá ló wọlé tí wà nínú kùlù pé tọ́ àwọn ti lọ àwọn ti dé o ẹni orí yọ òdìlé adúpẹ́ àní ṣìrìn jẹ́ kí n máa fi àsìkò yìí kí Bọ́lá káàbọ̀ padà sílé. Bọ́lá bò ní ẹ kú òde ẹ kú rìn.
Welcome, Bola.
To our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening to us. Ẹ ṣé tẹ́ dúró tì wá láti 12 láti aago 12 tá a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àyẹ̀wò ìrònú náà la ṣe ṣe. Well, èmi ṣe ń bọ̀ láti ta ni and a dé ibi tí ọ̀rọ̀ kan Oyelese close or Oyelese Street ní Adeyi ní Bodija Housing Estate and I must be honest, the site was not very lovely. Houses brought down, reduced to rubble. Some houses that have not been reduced to rubble have, structural deficits in terms of the window panes are down and out, pillars broken, cars burnt thoroughly. I mean, burnt to scratch, and
evacuation efforts or excavation efforts still ongoing. So we met several, we saw the police there, the army, we saw the Red Cross as well. We saw so many other agencies there just to ensure that, if there are still people on the ground. Because now, according to information, we're not sure. No one is sure. Okay. Of whether there are still people underground waiting to be rescued. I'm saying this. Yes, they are still there. And I'm saying this because being at the scene, we had so many rumors, so many things. I mean, people left their houses, far houses, took bikes and cabs to come and sightsee. And people were saying lots of unconfirmed things. Some people said, let me say this in Yoruba, how true that is, we're not sure. And let me first, say this. Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Teba sure off. Teba wa sure off. Any suruko surprise fun first to break the news. More so, I mean, of course, we appreciate efforts by citizens and civilians, to give us access to whatever information is at their fingertips. But do not misinform people. A lot of people panicked yesterday. Some people said, "Oh, is this?" Some people said, "Oh, is this?" And so that's number one. Number two, let's go to the response of the government.
Okay.
Yesterday, when the incident happened, at about 7:30, moving close to some minutes to 8, about 30 minutes later, there was a press release. If you follow us on Facebook, you'll see our report on the press release from the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Civic Orientation, Prince Dr. Yelade, where he said that investigations were ongoing. The governor has urged members of the state to be calm, saying that they would find out, what exactly has happened. And about 30 minutes after, we also got a video from the governor, Sheyi Makinde, where he said he was at the scene of the explosion, and he noted that the unfortunate incident resulted in death and injury to some residents in the vicinity. He said they have deployed first respondents and the relevant agencies within Oyo State to carry out comprehensive search and rescue operations, and that the operations will continue through the night. The operations are still continuing even as we speak. Even after we left there, the operations, are still continuing. Okay, so there's so many equipments there, ambulance, emergency lights, and so on and so forth. This is why, again, initially when I started, I said people should be careful. If you have nothing doing there, please go home. If you are not a first responder, if you're not an emergency responder, if you are not a pressman, if you don't live there, if you are not the relative of somebody that is living there, and even if you are the relative of someone that is living there, the people living there have been advised to move just for their safety, because in cases like this, I mean, you're not sure if there would be a secondary explosion. Okay, so you want to make sure that, safety first. Okay, so according to the statement from the governor, he said in total there were 77 injured victims so far, most who were treated and discharged, and there were 2 fatalities. He has also directed that the medical bills of all the victims should be covered by the government. And in respect to that, we spoke to the PRO at the UCH, University College Hospital in Ibadan, Mrs. Adetuibi, who then told us that to UCH, 12 people were brought down yesterday, and 1 person out of those 12 was brought in dead. Okay, and out of those 12 people, this morning, some of them have been discharged. 5 have been discharged. Okay. They had minor injuries, some just lacerations from when the window panes broke. Yes, and then 6 are currently still there. And of those 6, she said just 1 may need to undergo surgical intervention because she has chest pain. Right, and so the other 5, she said, are currently going through what we call trauma pain, which will subside with time. Amongst those people also was a 15-year-old boy, a teenager who was brought in, but who has been treated as well. We were unable to speak with relatives of the victims. Of course, understandably, we were unable to speak to we were unable to meet the victims one-on-one, and their relatives. We were unable to really, speak with them. And currently, we're waiting for the resolve from the emergency situation room that has been put together by the Oyo State governor. We got that report via the Chief Press Secretary of Oyo State. And currently, the emergency situation room, that's the response team, is being led by Professor Temitope Alunge. And so we're currently waiting to get the resolve from them. But if you're a citizen, if you're out there, if you see anything, please call the Oyo State toll-free number, that's 615. So that's about it.
All right. Torí àjọ ọjọ́ yìí ti ń sáré díẹ̀díẹ̀ fún àtẹnumọ́ àwọn tí bàbá Apostle ti dé ṣùgbọ́n kí n tó lọ sọ́dọ̀ Apostle Chukwuemeka ó ti láǹfààní àti wọ̀ nínú ilé ṣùgbọ́n kí n tó lọ sọ́dọ̀ Chukwuemeka ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣe àtẹnumọ́ eléyìí pé àwọn tí gẹ́gẹ́ bí Bọ́lá ṣe sọ àwọn tí ní nǹkan kan ṣe iṣẹ́ ò kàn yín níbi tọ́rọ̀ yìí ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ dákun torí Ọlọ́run ẹ kú òǹbẹ ẹ jẹ́ káwọn tó fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ níbi ṣiṣẹ́ wọ́n ròyìn bí wọ́n ti ṣe báwọn èèyàn ṣe filé wọn lẹ̀ fi ọ̀nà lẹ̀ agbọ́kadà wọ mọ́tò wá síbi tí ò kàn yín tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ lọ bí iṣẹ́ òòjọ́ ti yín lẹ́ni ọjọ́ rú ẹ wá sí ẹ dákun torí Ọlọ́run ẹ fi àyè lẹ̀ fáwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ Chukwuemeka ẹ kú rìn.
Ndị be anyị biko anyị jelu Bodija ebe ihe mberede mere n'abalị ụnyaahụ. Anyị luo na Bodija ọ bụ na ụlọ niile ụlọ dara ada riri nne moto gbara ọkụ ntụ ju ebe ọbụla ndị uwe ojii ma ndị na-amaka akpa ma ndị bịara mgbalu ma ndị mmadụ dị iche iche juru ebe ihe a mere na Bodija. Ụlọ niile dị na Bodija o nwere ndị dara ezigbo ọdịda a na-asị na mmadụ nwụrụ n'ime Bodija ndị nwụrụ anwụ riri nne ma ndị amị ndị soja ma ndị uwe ojii ma ndị Red Cross ha dum jupụtara ebe anwa na-eme ka udo dị maka na ndị mmadụ dị ọtụtụ. Anyị wee si ebe anwa wee jebe n'ebe a na-akpọ UCH ka anyị malụ ka ndị merụrụ arụ na Bodija ka esi bulufega na UCH. Anyị wee luo ofu nwaada Fumi Ade Tuyibi ọnụ na-ekwulu ndị UCH o wee gwa anyị na mgbede nya na-ebu mmadụ 11 bubata mana ofu onye bụ onye ebu n'ọnwụgo anwụ n'ụtụtụ tata na mmadụ 5 ka a sịba na maka na enenego arụ ọbụna arụfa adịgo mma na ndị mmadụ 6 ka nọ na UCH. O wee na-agwa anyị sị na ụlọ 16 na UCH ka nya bụ ife mberede mere na Bodija metụtara ọfụma. O wee na-asị na ndị niile ndị na-alụ ọrụ na UCH na o nwere onye merụrụ arụ na UCH na ndị na-alụ ọrụ ndị medical health na ha ncha ma ndị na-alụ ọrụ na bancha niile nọ na ebe fa na-alụ ọrụ na o nwere ndị merụrụ arụ. Anyị wee jee fụ ndị ife a metụtara ebe fa nọ n'ụlọ akwa ebe fa nọ na-eti mkpu na ibe mgbu mechara ibe dị iche iche ma ndị merụrụ arụ n'iru ma ndị gbajiri aka ma ibe niile dị iche iche mere na ndị anwa niile nọ na akwa ebe ndị dọkịta na-enene ha anya mana anyị enweghị ike ịjụ ndị agbata obi ma ndị niile ndị bufe bịa gari ka ife si mee. Nke a bụ ife merụ na Bodija. Biko ọ bụrụ na ọ nwere ihe ibe ị na-eme na Bodija biko were ije were ọsọ si ebe a pụọ maka na ibe anwa nwere ike imekwa ọzọ. Ndị niile anyị jụrụ ajụjụ na Bodija na-agwa anyị na ọ dịka ndị Mali na ndị Senegal na-eme n'ọfanwa bụ ife eji eme ife agwụ wee bubata ebe ife amele. Afa m bụ Chukwuemeka Munachiso.
Welcome, Chukwuemeka. Welcome and well done.
Takuntakun. Ọ̀dà ẹja ṣe báyìí torí ojú ọjọ́ wa ká tó máa lọ a kàn máa ṣe àtẹnumọ́ ká tó lọ ojú òpó tẹ́ lè pè gẹ́gẹ́ bí gómìnà nínú ọ̀rọ̀ gómìnà nǹkan kan mo fẹ́ mú bẹ̀ tí mo wá fẹ́ mú bẹ̀ ló fẹ́ mú mi lọ sí ojú òpó tẹ́ lè pè tẹ́ bá kíyèsí nǹkan kan gómìnà ní if you see something say something so that government will do something yẹn ni pé tẹ́ bá rí nǹkan kan ẹ sọ kíjọba lè gbégbèsè lọ́pọ̀ wa a máa ń kíyèsí a máa ń rí àwọn nǹkan ṣùgbọ́n ẹ mọ̀ wò pé tí kùrùkùrù bá ṣẹlẹ̀ tí ń bá lọ sọ̀rọ̀ ní ìsìnkú yẹn pé wọ́n á padà wá fàbọ̀ wá bá mi ẹ jẹ́ á gbìyànjú torí pé Yorùbá bọ̀ wọ́n ní ojú báyìí lalákàn fi ṣọ́rí ojú lalákàn fi ṣọ́rí ládùúgbò tá a wà lágbègbè tá a bá kẹ́fín àwọn àdúgbò kan wà nísìnyí wọ́n ti gbé kinní kan sí wọn lẹ̀ mọ́ta pé àwọn tí wọ́n máa ń ṣe ságolóṣàgò ẹ má jẹ́ ń wo àdúgbò àwọn mọ́ tí wọ́n bá kẹ́fín wọn báyìí tán máa ń fojú wọn so bá a ṣe ń ṣèyùn bá a bá kẹ́fín èèyàn tó wọlé sàdúgbò tàbí tí ń pàráàrò àdúgbò nígbà lóye tẹ̀kàn rí pé ojú yìí ìrírí.
You know, just yesterday on the platform, we're talking about the importance of knowing what your neighbor does for a living.
Exactly.
You know, and we're talking about how when something goes wrong in the community, it's not going to affect just one person.
Yes.
It will affect everybody.
Kí nǹkan sì tó go wrong ó ti láwọn nǹkan kan tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀ kíyèsára ni.
Nǹkan tí ẹni go wrong.
Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ó go wrong gan. Ṣùgbọ́n kí nǹkan tó go wrong àwọn nǹkan kan ti máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n àìmọ̀ kíyèsára àbí àìmọ̀ lákàsí ọ̀pọ̀ wa ló máa ń padà jẹ́ kí àwọn nǹkan kò mọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run irú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ báyìí Ọlọ́run ò ní jó ṣẹ́kù sẹ́yìn bí gómìnà ṣe wá sọ àwa náà ń ṣe àtẹnumọ́ rẹ̀ níkànnì Wellsradio 89.3 FM pé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá rí nǹkan ẹ̀ sọ kíjọba lè gbégbèsè ojú òpó tẹ̀sí lè pè náà ní 615 kò ní í já yín lówó ẹ pè àbáyé ní ohun tẹ́ kẹ́fìn ohun tẹ́ ríre o kálukú lè gbégbé ayé àlàáfíà àtàwọn tí ẹ máa ń pé àwọn ẹ̀rọ àwọn fídíò fọ́nrán tó ti lọ tó yẹ pé tí kan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ sáré lọ wù ẹ wà máa jù ú ta ẹ dákun torí Ọlọ́run ẹ̀bẹ̀ là wá bẹ̀ o wọ́n ní ẹ̀bẹ̀ là á bẹ̀ òṣìkà kó járe bí ṣe tíya ẹ jẹ́ á bẹ̀ wọ́n ẹ dákun torí Ọlọ́run nítorí yìí tẹ́ máa ń padà dálẹ̀ agbára yín ò ní gbé mọ́ agbára torí ìgbà mi kò kú kàn wọ́n àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí àwọn tọ́rọ̀ bá padà wá kàn òní ò padà wá mọ́ rí so lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kírù nǹkan báyìí kò ní jó ṣẹ́kù sẹ́yìn àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí tọ́rọ̀ kàn pàápàá jùlọ àwọn tí àwọn èèyàn wọn tó gbabẹ̀ lọ Ọlọ́run ó bá wa rọ̀ wọ́n lójú Ọlọ́run ó sì jẹ́ kí ọkàn àti ilé gbé Ọlọ́run ó fún yín lágbára lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó wá fara ṣèṣe Ọlọ́run ó ṣe àlékún àlàáfíà àwọn tí dúkìá wọn náà lọ àmọ́ ìgbésẹ̀ tíjọba ó gbé bóyá ìjọba lábẹ́ lápá abẹ́hùn bóyá wọ́n ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ ni torí wọ́n nílò ìrànlọ́wọ́ nírú àsìkò tá a wà yìí tí nǹkan ṣe bí ẹni hágágá yìí àbí àánú kí ló ní mo wí.
Well, we trust God and we trust that the government, would show up, in times like this. As a matter of fact, going by the speech of the governor, he already mentioned that people who live close by, should get hotels, somewhere far, so that they can. And I mean, of course, he promised assistance as well, in his
assistance èmi ò sọ pé kó má lọ bọ́ sí igbó àtú ní tí mo sọ yé kó yẹn pa àwọn tó tí orí ń ta gan wọn ní padà rí kó yẹn pé bòmí ní ọ̀pá kó má lọ jẹ kó sì má jòrí pépà ẹ̀bẹ̀ làwa bẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí n yí.
To ƴan uwa masu sauraro kun ji Allah ne mai kiyayewa amma mu ma dole mu yi namu kiyayya din in ka ji wani abu kin ga wani abu da kin ga bai kamata ba ko da ka ga bai kamata ba kada ka yi shiru kada ki yi shiru ki faɗa kaga ko kin ga wannan abun da ya faru da wani ko wata ta ji kishin labari cewa ana irin wannan abubuwan anguwa da an ɗaga magana an kai ma wani da irin wannan abun ba zai faru ba so wanzu ya zama dole ne yadda muke yanzu kada mu dinga ɗaga idanu mu dinga duban me ke faruwa a inda muke zama kada mu ce gulma ne ba gulma ba ne muna neman lafiyan dukkanmu ne a ƙasar Najeriya so mu zama da kiyayya da duban me ke faruwa a cikin anguwanmu kada mu ce a'a ba gidanmu ba ne a'a wannan bai faruwa a wurina ba mu zama muna nan da tunani da sa ido a abubuwan da mun ga bai kamata ba yana faruwa kuma mu yi magana a kai. Allah zai kiyaye. Mun ji yanayin da an kai mutane asibiti, Bola ta ji ta dawo, shi Chukwu Emeka ya ji ya dawo ya ba mu ripoto da yanayin da abubuwa suke. Yanzu ma an ce akwai mutane da bai kamata suna kasa wurin ba, sun saya suna kalle suna jin labari da wanda za su kawo nasu labari da wanda bai kamata ba. In ka san baka da abun yi da bai kamata ka zauna a wurin ba, ka tashi ka bar wurin, saboda a bar masu aiki su security agencies, su polisawa din, su sojoji, su red cross din duk su yi aikin su. To kai da ke da kun saya a wurin kuna kallon me, mu je mu yi aikin da zai taimake mu, don tsayuwa nan a wurin ma zai hana su aikin su da kyau, kuma kiyayewa ne, baka san ko wani abu zai sake faruwa ba. So mu yi kokari mu je gidajen mu huta, mu yi ta addu'a, kuma mu sa ido a angon mu ga me ke faruwa da bai kamata ba mu faɗa. Akwai namban da Oyo State ta bamu da za mu iya kira in mun ga ko mun ji wani abu da bai kamata ba, sai ka kira wannan layin a 615 shine layin da Oyo State ta bamu da cewa in ka ji kishin ko kin ga wani abu da bai kamata ba ki kira ko ka kira wannan layin. To ni ne Alice Barnabas daga Wells Radio 89.3 FM.
Thank you so much, Alice, and thank you for listening to Wells Radio 89.3 FM. If you haven't interacted with our social media, please do so. Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. We are at Wells Radio 893, WELLS Radio 893. And over here, it is well with us, and we do well in all things. Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria, we declare the peace of the Lord within your walls and peace all around you. Amen. In Jesus' mighty name. I am Anu Kolade Abiodun. Thank you so much for listening.
So, àwọn ètò lọ́lọ́kọ̀ ọ̀jọ̀kan yóò máa tẹ̀ sọ́wọ́ wájú níkànnì Well's Radio 89.3 FM. Ṣùgbọ́n bó bá di aago 6 lẹ́tọ̀ pàdé àwọn ikọ̀ eléyìí tí ó tún máa bọ̀ lórí gbàgede bó bá di lálẹ́. Adédàmọ́lá Olóyèdé ọmọ bàbá Olómiyè olórúkọ tèmi jẹ́ lọ kẹ́ lọ ṣe rere lónìí.
You dey find radio where you wan lis ten to. No be all radio stations be radio. West Radio 89.3 na be baba. We dey kampe.
Old man standing at the tip of the pyramid, hauling stones at anyone who's climbing, but it's too late. Oh, the whole town's already infested with the virus, the rupture. At the bottom will bring us all down.